Hello, my MSA family. I'm Isabella from California, but you can call me Izzy. And I hit the mega jackpot, making $1 million. But before I continue, please like and subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Growing up, I had the craziest fashion mentor ever, my dad. We'd rock outfits that made people do a double take, like pairing my stripy socks with sandals or putting a tiara on top of a baseball cap. Sure, his style choices were sometimes eyebrow-raising, but you know what? I liked standing out. While other girls wore the same branded outfits, Dad taught me to be confident and embrace my uniqueness. By the time I turned 15, I was known for turning old clothes into runway-worthy outfits for my friends at school. Even the popular crowd came to me, begging me to take their money for my latest creations. With requests pouring in, I could save up for college. I was 16 and preparing my first teen fashion show at the mall when my whole life changed. I had designed an entire set of outfits and had my friends model them at the local mall's Passion for Fashion show. Things were going well until, oh no, Erica called out sick. I'm short on one model. I had to do something. My dad overheard what was happening and did the unbelievable. No, you can't be serious. What'll people say? It doesn't matter, honey. I can't see you stressed. Without hesitating, he leaned in and put the gown on. It barely fit him, but he looked so cute. I wasn't sure how the audience would react, but to my surprise, Dad got a standing ovation. And the audience went crazy for my designs. I literally had tears of joy. My dad made my day. Not just that day, but my entire life. But the surprise was yet to come when someone approached and asked me to meet with the billionaire Baldwin family. They were looking for a designer to create their summer wardrobe, and I fit the bill. That summer, I turned 17, and the day came for me to meet with the Baldwins. I showed up looking like a walking fashion magazine, sporting my latest ensemble and a hairdo that screamed, "I'm fabulous." And to top it all off, I rolled up in Dad's old vintage car, which was fancier than any Rolls Royce. I had to drive for a long time, and when I got there, I had to pee so badly that I felt like I'd explode. When the door finally opened, my words got caught in my throat as America's billionaire heartthrob, Grady Baldwin, stared back at me. "Who are you?" I couldn't utter a word. I mean, can you blame me? Mr. Tall and Handsome is the most attractive guy I've ever seen.
Mom, did you order another foreign exchange student?
Excuse me?
Oh, I forgot. My mom isn't home. Come back later.
Ugh, what a jerk. I was about to be soaking wet if I didn't hurry and get inside. I pounded my fists on the door until it opened again. Oh, thank God someone answered. Tell me where the washroom is. Tell me now. When I came out, I stood face to face with Grady again, and he didn't look too friendly.
I could have you arrested for breaking and entering.
What? Anyway, your parents invited me here. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Hi, I'm
Isabella, you're here. I'm so sorry we showed up late. My husband's fitting took longer than expected. I wouldn't have to bother if we had a stylist in-house. Hi, I'm Hank Baldwin. I see you've met my son Grady. Grady Samuel Baldwin. Where are your manners?
Ha! America's heartthrob? Good looks or not, Grady was a rotten egg. I sat down with the Baldwins, and they went over the work I'd be doing. They were friendly, and I knew I'd be perfect for the job.
You'll have your own suite in the house, and I pay well.
Wait, you want me to live here?
Well, yes, just for the summer. I want you to work here to ensure the designs don't leak. I want to be the best dressed at all my functions. I'm offering $1 million contract. If you want it, it's yours.
$1 million? With that money, I could pay for design school, buy a new car for Dad's birthday, maybe even have a mansion like the Baldwins. The possibilities were endless. Later that night, I told my dad the news, but he seemed worried. With a little cyberstalking and pleading with puppy dog eyes, I got Dad to cave and let me take the offer. The only conditions were to save my money and FaceTime him every day. The day finally came to move into the Baldwin mansion. Honestly, it felt like a mini vacation. I settled in, taking selfies by the pool and having the staff cater to my every craving. They made the best smoothies. When I wasn't sketching designs and piecing together outfits, I binge-watched MSA on YouTube and danced around my room like a maniac to K-pop music.
Huh, nice move.
What are you doing here? Perhaps we need to set some boundaries.
Okay, I'll go first. No playing stupid K-pop music while you're in my house.
First, it's not stupid. And second, this is your parents' house. I'm sure they don't care what I listen to. Since your rule doesn't count, I'll go first. Always knock before entering my room.
Ow!
Grady barged into my room, so naturally, my curiosity led me to his room. It was moody, like him, but then I spotted his favorite hoodie, which smelled like heaven and looked so cozy. What? I'll only borrow it for a little while. It's not like I like Grady. Please, it's always so cold in this house. Yeah, over the next week, I made a ton of clothing sketches for the family. I felt right at home, as long as Grady wasn't around. He and I just could not get along. Ouch! Hello? No sorry? Nothing? Why are you always so rude? You don't even know me.
I don't want to know you. I don't trust anyone outside my circle, and you're way out of bounds.
Maybe if you got to know me, you'd know I'm trustworthy.
Well, it's not like I don't have a reason to be skeptical. You did eat the last slice of pizza without asking.
Oh, please, it was one slice. Besides, you always take the last soda and leave it half drunk on the counter. That's just as bad.
That's what my parents hire cleaners for.
You're so spoiled. You should learn to clean up after yourself.
Well, maybe you should learn how to respect other people's space. My room is not your closet.
Who needs this ugly, oversized hoodie anyway? What's going on here?
Rach, what are you doing at home?
I just returned from the Hamptons with Tommy, so I thought we'd visit Mom and Dad. Who's this? Hi, I'm Izzy. Your parents hired me to design their summer wardrobe. Sweet. Maybe you can design something for me. I'm Rachel, the nice sibling.
Oh, great. Rachel has a new puppet.
Don't let my brother get you down. He's always been bougie. Rachel and I clicked immediately, and we became close friends over the weeks. She even helped me with my work. It felt good to have her on my side. Now, if only I could break down Grady's walls. After all, I was here to work, not make enemies. I just wanted to make some peace between us since we were living together. My first attempt happened when I went to swim a few laps in the pool, and Grady was already there relaxing on a pool float. The guy was fine, all right. Too bad his personality didn't match his abs. Biceps. I braced myself for his moodiness as I went toward the deep end. Morning, Grady. Mind if I swim some laps?
Yes, I mind.
I took a deep breath, careful not to run my mouth. If I wanted to get on his good side, I'd have to behave myself. I was about to ease my way in when I slipped on a wet tile and belly flopped into the pool. I landed with a splash, and when I looked up, Grady was soaking wet in the pool and staring daggers at me. I swear, I didn't mean to do that. Grady swam off and hurried out of the pool, mumbling to himself. And once again, I messed up our chance at being civil. To make up for the pool incident, I spent the next morning making him breakfast as a peace offering. When I entered his room, I nearly dropped the tray when I saw how cute and peaceful he looked sleeping. I've got to get a grip. I clutched the tray and tiptoed toward his bed. As I moved closer, he abruptly shot up in bed, screaming. I jumped, and his breakfast flew out of my hands and landed all over him in his bed.
What the heck is going on?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Grady.
Get out of my room, now, Isabella.
Grady, I didn't mean to. I was only trying.
I don't care what your excuse is. I keep finding you snooping around my room. Don't think I won't tell my parents about this. You can kiss your career goodbye.
I ran off mortified as Grady's threat sat heavy on my shoulders. I was so devastated that I FaceTimed Dad right away, and the second he saw my face, he knew something was wrong. Dad, I messed up.
Izzy, mistakes happen. Just remember to own it and try to fix it. Maybe try talking to him when he cools down.
So, I worked up the courage to talk to Grady before he told his parents about me. Walking down the hall toward my room, I caught Grady closing my door behind him. Why is he in my bedroom? Maybe he wants to surprise me with roses or chocolate. Silly me. I wanted to hide from him, but he saw me right away. What are you doing in my room?
Seeing if you've packed your stuff up yet.
Why? Did you tell your parents about me? You didn't even let me explain. I just wanted us to be friends, Grady. I'm sorry that I keep messing up. I watched the anger melt from Grady's face, and I thought he'd give me a chance, but he just exhaled and walked off. A few days later, I was excited for Dad to pick me up to celebrate his birthday, but I got a real surprise when I walked in on the Baldwins gathered in the living room. Even my dad was there. As I entered the room, I saw the disappointment on their faces. Could Grady have thrown me under the bus?
We wanted to discuss what's happened lately.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
So it was you. We went through everyone in this house, never suspecting it was you.
Isabella, how could you steal from us after everything we've done for you? Stealing? What? No, there must be some misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? Then explain this. Rachel snatched my bag from my shoulder and emptied it. Everyone gasped as a Rolex fell out. I didn't put that there. I swear, Dad, you have to believe me.
Izzy doesn't need to steal. I know my girl, and you can't insult us.
Dad was pissed, so I just nodded and tried to calm him down. But I was so confused. How was I gonna prove my innocence? This had to be Grady's work. You're paying me well. I think someone's setting me up. They all stared at me like I was a total liar. And to make matters worse, they already called the police, who showed up, approaching me with handcuffs. I stood there in shock as I saw my entire future go down the drain. Goodbye, $1 million contract. Goodbye, hopes and dreams. Is it all over? Never in a million years did I think I'd be in jail. And orange is not my color. I'm innocent. Please, let me explain.
Izzy is innocent. It was me, not my daughter. Handcuff me.
No one would listen to our pleas. The Baldwins were the ones with all the power. I couldn't believe it, but the cops led us both to their squad car, and Dad kicked through the window, shattering it.
See? It's me. I'm the one. I'm aggressive and I'm the thief. Arrest me, not my little girl.
No way was I gonna let him take the blame, but I couldn't even see any way out of this mess. All I could do was sit back and watch everything I worked for come to an end.
No, wait. Let Isabella go. You've got the wrong person.
Huh?
I installed cameras inside the house when I caught Tommy sneaking around upstairs.
My Tommy? He has nothing to do with this. He told me before leaving that he had once seen her looking for your Rolex watch.
Oh, but he does, big sis, and it explains everything.
Oh, so when I caught Grady sneaking out of my room, he was after Tommy. And it was Tommy who put the watch in my bag, so everyone would blame me. Grady even caught Tommy counting a stack of money right on camera. The idiot.
Isabella, we owe you an apology. Please, forgive us for this misunderstanding. If we had any idea it was Tommy.
Of course, it was a confusing situation. I'm just glad the truth came out. The Baldwins apologized to my dad, and they all stepped out with Rachel, and I overheard them telling her to break up with Tommy immediately. I owe you my life, Grady.
I apologize for acting like a tool all this time. So many people have tried to take advantage of my family, and I thought you were no different. But then I realized how genuine you really are, even if you do leave chaos wherever you go. Also, I had a hunch about Rachel's sketchy boyfriend.
Thank you so much. I needed this job so I could pay for college next year.
You deserve it. You're really talented. Plus, you look adorable in my hoodies.
I stared at Grady for a long time, unsure of what to say.
What, a guy can't compliment you?
Grady Samuel Baldwin, when did you become such a marshmallow?
I've always been a charming guy, Isabella. I just needed to trust you before you saw the real me. I'm sorry I didn't trust you sooner.
Grady placed his hands on my cheek, and I knew he was about to kiss me. I could have pulled away, but he was too damn irresistible. So I closed my eyes and was about to get the best kiss ever when Dad showed up.
I didn't see anything. Izzy, should I leave?
Oh, Dad, come on. Dad caught me off guard, and it was super embarrassing. Grady saved my future, and I got to keep my job. After working with the Baldwins, I even got an offer at a major fashion house. I never thought a fun hobby could become my dream job. But that just shows you should follow your heart and be creative.
Hi, I'm Nora from Denmark. I was an ordinary teenager. I lived with my mom, went to school, and in the evenings, I turned into the mysterious moon. That's how I signed my drawings. The thing is, I liked drawing graffiti under the cover of night. Look, do you like it? It all began when my mom fainted. My blood ran cold, and I immediately called an ambulance. At the hospital, my mom was examined and told that she had a serious illness. They helped her recover from her episode and sent her back home. Life wasn't easy after that. My mom worked for a family of Danish aristocrats. However, she was so weak she couldn't go to their mansion. We were quickly running out of money. We had never been rich, but now we barely had enough to buy groceries. In the end, I decided to work instead of Mom. My life immediately changed. Before lunch, I went to school, then took care of my mom, and finally cleaned up in the aristocrat's mansion in the evenings. It was so huge, I'd even call it a castle. That wasn't an easy schedule to stick to, but I still set aside time for my hobby and went out at night to draw graffiti. However, it was getting hard to find walls for my street art. After all, I had a mysterious rival. They were always one step ahead of me. Can you believe it? During the day, I would find a wall for my future masterpiece, and then come back to it at night, only to see that someone had already drawn a graffiti on it. That brat had a signature too. A crown. What? Here too? Ah, bastard. Even though I had been working in the mansion for several weeks, I hadn't met its owners yet. I'd only seen their family portrait. The Baron and Baroness had a son my age called Olaf. He had the title of Prince. Can you imagine? A real prince! And a handsome one as well. It was time to get a grip. He was way out of my league. One day, I was asked to serve them at a family dinner. My palms were sweating, and I dropped the tray with food over the prince. Oops, I thought he would throw a fit, but Olaf turned out to be a cool and friendly guy. I'm sorry, I'll clean everything up. Don't worry, it's just a couple of spots. Having said that, he went back to scrolling through his phone. How curious. Even though he was a prince, he was no different from my peers. His parents, though, had refined manners and acted like real aristocrats. Soon, a girl joined them for dinner. Olaf's parents were not happy about it. What is she doing here? Mom, come on. Esther is my girlfriend. Stop trying to break us up just because she's not a princess. Oh, it seemed there was trouble in paradise. It was none of my business, though. After such a hard day, I wanted to relax and have fun with my spray paints. A couple of days ago, I found a great place under a bridge. I headed there. However, as soon as I arrived, I saw a guy in a hood. He had already finished his graffiti and was drawing a crown. It was him again! I ran up to him and pulled off his hood. Gotcha! Let's see who you are. Your Highness? I was speechless when I realized that Olaf was my rival. Now it was clear why his signature was a crown. Shh! Please don't shout. Wait, Nora? Don't you work in our mansion? I nodded. The prince begged me not to tell anyone about his secret hobby. My parents will lose it if they find out what I've been up to. Olaf was a great guy, so I agreed to keep a secret. We spent the evening walking around the city, drawing, chatting, and laughing. Are you the moon artist then? I've seen your work. I like your style. That night, we became friends. Olaf's parents would have hardly approved of their son hanging out with the staff, so we only hung out in secret. Soon enough, we had a bunch of inside jokes. One day, I was dusting the castle when I overheard the Baron and the Baroness scolding the prince for dating Esther. You should break up with her and find a girl of higher status. I didn't know much about Esther. She wasn't an aristocrat, but she seemed like a normal girl. Olaf didn't say anything and stormed away angrily. Later, I caught him spray painting the grand hall and muttering something. Who did they think we are, kings of the world? What are you doing? Oh, it's you, Nora. I decided to get back at my parents. They are such snobs. I'm sick of it. I liked Olaf's rebellious spirit, so I helped him. We had a lot of fun drawing our signatures. That evening, my mother told me terrible news when I came back. I saw a doctor today. My disease has come back, and now I need an expensive surgery. Oh no! Mom, I'm going to drop out of school and get another job. We will find the money. Don't even think about it. Your education comes first. Mom made me promise that I would think about my future above all else. Still, I couldn't help worrying. Only a surgery could save my mom. Where was I supposed to get so much money? The next day, I came to the mansion in a terrible mood. Things went downhill from there. Olaf's mom was angry about something. Young lady, just because our castle was built in the 16th century doesn't mean we don't have surveillance cameras here. She said she saw what we did to the Grand Hall. Oh, damn it! What was I thinking? I couldn't afford to lose my job now. I was about to start begging her not to fire me when she said something unexpected. You and my son seem to be close friends. I'll overlook the property damage and even reward you if you do something for me. She asked me to break Olaf and Esther up. I froze up. Of course I needed the money, but I couldn't do something so terrible. The Baroness gave me an hour to think and left. I decided that I would not get involved in something so dirty. But then I got a call from the hospital and was told that my mother had been hospitalized. No, it was a nightmare. I had no time to lose. So I accepted the money from Olaf's parents despite feeling terrible about it and paid for Mom's surgery. Luckily, it was successful. Mom was on the mend and undergoing rehabilitation in the hospital. It was time for me to fulfill my part of the deal. I came up with a plan to break the prince and Esther up. First of all, I casually asked Olaf if he ever thought his girlfriend was only dating him for money. What? No, Esther's not like that. I expected such an answer, but my question clearly planted doubts in his heart. After that, I asked my classmate to hit on Esther, sneakily filmed it on the phone, and anonymously sent the video to Olaf. Esther, who is this guy? I don't know. He just came up to me out of nowhere and gave me flowers. Yeah, right. Their relationship was on the rocks because of me. It was time to end it. One day, they went on a picnic. I stole the Baroness's brooch and put it into Esther's purse. Soon, the woman discovered it was missing and told the security guards to find it. Poor Olaf turned pale when the stolen jewelry was found in his girlfriend's purse. Esther, how could you? I didn't take it. I told you this girl was bad news. Olaf immediately broke up with Esther and chased her away. His parents gave me a thumbs up behind his back. They were beaming, but I wasn't proud of myself at all. In fact, I felt terribly guilty. If it hadn't been for Mom's illness, I would have never treated my friend like that. Olaf was inconsolable. He barely ate, and I felt sorry for him. Still, I couldn't tell him the truth. So I decided to find a way to cheer him up. Hey, let's go out at night and draw graffiti to get your mind off things. Why not? Things can't get any worse. When it got dark, we met in the city and found a nice wall in an alley. However, as soon as we picked up our spray paints, someone suddenly shone flashlights in our faces. Hey, you brats! Stand still! Damn it, it's the cops! Scatter! The prince grabbed my hand, and we started to run away from the cops through the narrow alleys. We managed to get away quickly, but immediately ran into some thugs. Look, guys, we have visitors. What a sweet couple. We had to keep running. My adrenaline was through the roof. But you know what? It was exciting. Olaf and I decided to hide and jumped over a hedge. Unfortunately, oops, there was a river behind it and we both fell into the water. Olaf started flailing and shouting that he didn't know how to swim. Calm down. I will save you, Your Highness. I grabbed him and dragged him ashore. We found ourselves under the bridge where we first found out each other's secret identities. We sat down close to each other, trying to warm up. My teeth were chattering from the cold, and my heart was pounding. What? We were both laughing. You sure know how to have fun, Prince. You're quite the daredevil, too. And then he suddenly looked into my eyes and kissed me. It was nuts. I felt like a heroine of a romantic movie. We started to date in secret. I'd never been happier. We tried not to get caught by his parents when we were in the mansion, and in the evenings, we walked around the city and drew graffiti. One day, he brought me under our bridge for a romantic date and showed me his new drawing. It was a love confession. Nora, you're my soulmate. I want us to always be together. Words cannot describe how happy I was. Unfortunately, I felt like I didn't deserve it. After all, I broke Olaf and Esther up and won his heart thanks to a lie. One day, I was visiting my mother in the hospital as usual when I saw Esther sleeping on the bed next to her. Poor thing, what happened to her? A nurse came up to me and told me that Esther had had a nervous breakdown because her boyfriend had left her. My heart sank. Only then did I realize what a truly horrible thing I had done. I loved Olaf, but I had to get him and Esther back together. That same day, I came to Olaf's home and told his parents I was done lying to their son. What we did was terrible. They should be together. I've already spent the money you gave me, but I will work for you for free until I pay it all back. They were furious, but I knew I was doing the right thing. After that, I met Esther for Olaf and told them the truth. I can't believe it. You broke my heart, Nora! Before I could say I did it to save my mother, he shouted that he hated me and left to confront his parents. They were shouting so loudly, the whole city probably heard them. I thought you were just snobs, but you turned out to be much worse. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I give up my title and inheritance. Goodbye. With those words, he took Esther's hand and they left the castle. From that day on, my life became dull. I disappointed the love of my life. I worked for free in the mansion while looking for another part-time job. I didn't even have the energy or time to keep drawing graffiti. There was only one thing that made me happy. My mother had recovered, and the doctors promised to discharge her soon. I was cleaning the mansion when I saw the Baroness sobbing while hugging their family portrait. Are you okay? She said through tears that she really missed her son. Perhaps I was wrong. I only wished the best for Olaf, but he ran off with that girl. She's not right for him. Well, Olaf has the right to decide that for himself. Even if he makes mistakes, it's all part of life. I'm sure you'll make up sooner or later. Thank you, Nora. You know, you're a very smart and sweet girl. I would be happy if my son dated someone like you. With a higher status, of course. What a weird compliment. Well, that's aristocrats for you. We chatted a little more until she calmed down. That evening, I went to the hospital to see my mother. In the corridor, the nurse I'd already talked to suddenly took me aside. I need to tell you something. That girl, Esther, wasn't sick. She followed you and found out that you often visited your mother in the hospital. And then, she paid me to make it look like she had a nervous breakdown. But I can no longer keep quiet. I feel terrible. What? Had Esther done it all to make up with Olaf? I hadn't expected that from her. I spent the next day thinking about Olaf. I wanted to know how he was doing and if he was happy with Esther. After school, I came to work and suddenly saw Esther in the mansion. What was she doing there? I followed her. The girl walked into the hall and said that she needed to talk to the prince's parents. How curious. I pressed my ear to the door and listened in. How dare you come here? Listen, I'm tired of playing the good girl. Your son is staying at my place. He ran out of money, and without his status and wealth, I need him no more than a pimple on my forehead. I'll make you a deal. You give me the money, and I dump Olaf. He'll come running back to you, and we'll all be happy. Unbelievable! She looked like an innocent lamb, but she was actually incredibly calculating. Apparently, she really was dating Olaf for money. His parents had been right to suspect her. I ruined everything when I helped them reconcile. Olaf's parents happily paid that liar, and she left. The Baron and Baroness were so happy, they even forgave me for the debt. Nora, this is amazing news! Our son will be coming home soon. You don't need to work for us anymore, dear. You should focus on your studies instead. You have a bright future ahead of you. Well, it seemed everything ended well. I knew Olaf wouldn't want to see me after everything I did, so I went home and tried to forget about him. But a couple of days later, the Baroness called me and said Olaf hadn't come home. I talked to Esther. As soon as she broke up with him, Olaf immediately ran away. No one knows where he is. We're worried out of our minds. I think I know where Olaf is. I put the phone away, grabbed some hot dogs, and rushed to our place under the bridge. What I saw there made tears sting my eyes. The prince was sleeping on a cardboard box, curled up like a stray kitten. I sat down next to him and woke him up. I bet you're hungry, my prince. Nora, what are you doing here? I told him everything I knew about Esther and explained that I'd only betrayed him to save my mom. Is she feeling better now? Yes, she's recovering after a surgery. Will you go back to your parents now? I hate admitting they were right. Esther really turned out to be a gold digger. I'm too embarrassed to go home. And I don't like that Mom and Dad are obsessed with their status and look down on everyone. All of a sudden, we saw the Baron and the Baroness. They sat down next to Olaf on the cardboard box, eating hot dogs like ordinary people. It's delicious. Why haven't we tried it before? What are you doing here? Nora told us about your secret place. Son, we promised not to tell you who to date anymore. Really? Then he smiled slyly and looked at me. Meet my girlfriend then. Nora is my soulmate. I tensed up. What if his parents said their son was out of my league? But they just nodded approvingly. Excellent choice, son. Nora is a wonderful girl. We got our happy ending! Everyone forgave each other and made up. Now, Olaf and I don't have to hide our relationship. My boyfriend turned out to be a real prince. He doesn't just have a cool title, but also a noble and brave heart. And I realize how important it is to be honest with yourself and others.
Hi everybody, I'm Ava from Washington, and I'm searching for my one true love. He should be funny, rich, and really handsome. But I'm jumping ahead in the story. Please like and subscribe to MSA. I grew up in a big family with 2 older sisters. Maya was super intelligent like Dad, and Tara was pretty like Mom. But I inherited my parents' love for romance. I could roll around all day in bed, dreaming about handsome boys. When I was 10, I invited the neighbor's son to run away with me and get married. When he refused, I grabbed him and pulled him down the street until his parents caught up to us. At 12, I had memorized all the dialogue of every romantic movie ever. And at 14, I landed my first date with the hottest boy in class, Danny. But he ran away when I asked him how many kids he wanted. Oh my God, will you stop crying? It's so annoying. But I'm in pain. My heart is dying. I might need a transplant, who knows? Did you know heartbreak could give you anxiety, stress, even lead to a heart attack? Do you want me to die, Maya? Stop overreacting. And where did you even learn all that? I know you're not that smart.
Ask Brain 2, of course. It's my only friend in pain. The only thing that understands me. She answers all my questions, unlike you, who judges me all the freaking time.
That's because it's an application and it can't hear you whining.
Whatever. Just leave me alone.
I was heartbroken for days, and Danny told everyone what a freak I was, so no one ever asked me out again. I didn't lose hope, though, and continued to work on my romance skills. But this time, I went a level up and started reading old romantic novels. Slowly, I fell in love with these books, and after I graduated school, I joined a literature course at a reputed college and picked up a job at a nearby library. One time, I was lost in reading when this guy tapped me on my shoulder.
Hi, I'm sorry. Can you help me? I'm Alex, and I'm looking for a rare book and...
Alex was saying something, but my attention was fixed on his friend Sam. He was so handsome. It was like he'd walked straight out of the pages of my book. I swear I could see a halo around his head. I gave Alex the wrong direction to search for a book so I could spend more time with Sam, and we had a great conversation. He asked me out before leaving, and obviously I said yes. On our first date, he took me to a fancy restaurant, and I was kind of disappointed when Alex also showed up. So when Sam went to the bathroom, I asked Alex why he was here.
He's scared of meeting new people in public. This one time, he went on a blind date and the girl chased him with his fork because he ate her fries. It was a whole scene. And then another time, when he went to meet this friend, he got bitten by a bee. So he's a little paranoid. Don't worry though, I'm just here minding my business.
It was a little awkward having Alex around, but Sam made me feel special. We talked, laughed, and even though he was a little dumb, his good looks more than made up for it.
I just don't get why people read books. Just watch the movie and get done with it, right?
I totally agree.
Wait, aren't you a librarian?
And aren't you supposed to be minding your own business?
Relax. I just feel books are the best way to live a story. And being a librarian, you should love books more than anything. Yeah, about that. What kind of job is a librarian? You're pretty. Why don't you try modeling or acting?
Do you really think I could be a movie star?
Okay, not a model, but you could definitely be one of those teleprompters. The point is, anything is better than hiding your face behind books all day.
I felt kind of weird how Sam talked down to me. He was literally the prince of my dreams, and I wanted to give our relationship a shot, so I ignored his sly comments and moved on. Sam and I officially started dating soon after. I thought now that I was his girlfriend, he would be kinder to me, but he only got worse. He wouldn't leave one chance to pick on how I looked or what I wore, and sometimes it would really hurt me. Like on my 20th birthday, Sam took me shopping and I saw this really cute pink dress. Oh my god, this is so pretty.
You're kidding, right? That's too expensive for your taste, Ava. You can't afford that.
But I saved up, and I think...
Okay, you need at least 20 years to save up for this dress. I can buy it for you, but I don't want to spoil you. I think men and women are equal and should pay for their own things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Great, then buy something cheaper. What? Don't look at me like that. I just want to encourage you to earn more. I can't take a librarian to my parents' dinner, okay?
You want me to meet your parents? Yeah, I kinda missed the point here. But my sister said that I'm not the smartest person, and Sam was making an effort, right? We were meeting his parents, which was a big deal since his dad owned half the town. I wanted to look my best, so a few days later, I borrowed some money from my sisters and bought the dress with the intention of returning it immediately after the party. But as soon as I arrived, everyone was dressed to impress, and even my expensive dress wasn't fancy enough. I spotted Sam immediately, but he was busy with some guests, so I stood in a corner waiting for him. When suddenly Alex walked up to me, but he tripped over something, and thankfully, I caught him just in time.
Close call. I didn't know librarians had good instincts.
You didn't know you were clumsy either. Life's full of surprises.
Are you getting bored? We could dance if you want.
No thank you. I'd rather stay here and wait for my boyfriend.
Then you'll miss my awesome moves.
With that, Alex started jumping up and down like a monkey, and I couldn't help laughing. It was sweet of him to keep me company while my own boyfriend didn't even look my way. Despite Alex's efforts, I saw only Sam. He laughed and hugged other girls, and I felt a mix of jealousy, sadness, and anger. I finally couldn't take it anymore and walked up to him. Hi, babe. I've been waiting for you in case you didn't notice. Won't you introduce me to your friends? Oh my god, Sam, weren't you dating that librarian? Yep, that's me. No, but he said she was kind of weird and clingy and had like no taste in fashion. Still me. But he also said that she had like messy hair and her breath stank like horse poop. Let me save you the trouble. All me. And I didn't know you thought all these amazing things about me, Sam.
Oh, sweetie, it's just a joke between friends, nothing serious.
Okay. I picked up a glass of juice and threw it in Sam's face. Think of this as a sugar facial. Nothing serious. And by the way, we're done. Sam looked at me in shock as I turned around and left, but I missed a step and fell right into the waiter carrying food, spilling everything on my new dress. Perfect. I was broke and boyfriendless the same day. Sam tried calling me all night, but I didn't answer. And the next day in the library, I was still reeling from last night's events when Alex walked up to me. Wow, how typical. Sam couldn't come, so he sent his secretary to make up for his behavior.
First of all, I'm not Sam's secretary. His family and mine are close, so we know each other. And I came to give you this. I saw the tag on your dress last night and thought you might need a new one.
I'm sorry. I'm still mad and I took it out on you. I can't believe Sam would turn out to be such a jerk.
He's always been like this.
Alex told me that his ex-girlfriend had cheated on him with Sam.
There was a scandal because the girl's parents worked with Sam's dad, and they started spilling information on how he wasn't paying taxes. Sam's dad had to pay a huge penalty, and he got the whole family sent away. No one knows what happened to them after that.
That's horrible. Why are you still friends with him?
I'm not. I just want him to pay for what he did, which is why I have a proposal for you. Sam would hate the idea of his ex-girlfriend dating someone else. It would hurt his pride, and that's the best revenge we can get on him.
I wasn't sure if the fake dating thing would work, but I decided to get on board anyway. This Sam needed a shot of his own medicine, and I was more than happy to give it to him. Alex and I set the wheels in motion when he invited me over for his birthday party a week later. He insisted on buying me an incredible outfit, and the look on Sam's face when he saw me was worth $1 million. He couldn't take his eyes off me all night. Once I was alone, Sam walked up to me.
You know, I wasn't expecting you to make a move on Alex so fast, and I certainly didn't expect you to look like a vision. Why didn't you dress up like that when we were together?
Because you had weird eyes. It made me super dizzy just looking at you, and I always thought I might throw up at any time. I didn't want to waste my pretty clothes like that, so I dressed up like a homeless beggar. Happy? Now leave me alone. I'm with Alex.
Oh, come on. Alex is nothing compared to me. I'm perfect for you. You know that. I think we should give it another shot.
Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass. Also, your fly's open. Sam flushed red as I walked away giggling. The next few weeks, Sam followed me around like a puppy. He would go to the library and stare at me for hours till I got the security guards to kick him out. At college, he would wait around with flowers. The plan was working. Sam was anxious and jealous, and I couldn't be happier. Meanwhile, Alex and I hung out every night plotting our next moves. Unlike Sam, Alex was always sweet to me, and I learned that he loved traveling.
I went to Italy one time and they gave me a lobster to eat. I ended up breaking my front teeth. And if you look closely, you can see. Look.
Alex came closer and my heart skipped a beat. He smelled like sand on a rainy day. The more time I spent with him, the more I fell for him. He was kind and we shared our love for romance novels. And the best part was that he always treated me with respect. I can get that. You shouldn't spend so much money on me.
You are my girlfriend, fake or not. Anyway, I was thinking if you want to go to this concert with me, it's my favorite band, and I'd love if you could come too.
Is Sam coming?
I guess. Is it important that he comes?
Yeah, of course. He needs to be there if we want to make him jealous, duh.
Yeah, didn't think of that.
Alex smiled and went on his way, and picked me up later that night. As expected, Sam was around too, and he picked front row seats to keep a watch on Alex and me. At the end of the concert, the singer called my name and announced that the next song would be dedicated to me by Alex. I was overwhelmed with emotion and cried. Alex hugged me tightly, and we stood like that, listening to this beautiful song. I totally forgot about Sam.
This is perfect, right? He's totally falling for it.
Huh? What? Who?
Sam. He's looking right in our direction.
And suddenly, I saw Sam walking up on stage, and then he took the mic and started singing in the worst voice ever. People gathered around watching, and he just enjoyed the attention.
Oh, baby, baby, check out my style. I'm rich and I'm handsome, it's all worthwhile. My moves are smooth, my smile's so bright. Oh, baby, baby, I'm a side. Ava, my sweet love, come back to me. You're meant for great things, and they all start with me.
Sam walked down and took my arm, but Alex held my other side, and I stood between the two of them like a lost lamb waiting to get slaughtered.
Let her go. She's my girlfriend. She was mine first. You treated her like trash, and you're making her look like a loser.
Enough, guys. Everyone's staring. Maybe we can... Before I could finish, Alex jumped on Sam and punched him hard. Sam fell, and then he got up to punch Alex, and the two of them wrestled like dogs in the mud. Stop it! What is wrong with you?
Me? He's the one who started it.
You pushed him, Alex. He's hurt.
After all this time, you'd still choose this jerk over me? I guess all you care about is money. You're so desperate for love that you'd fall for any guy who walks your way, Ava.
Just then, I felt something snap inside me, and I pushed Alex away. All of you are morons. Eat dust and kill each other for all I care. I didn't even look back as I walked away. Maybe all this romance stuff was just a bunch of nonsense and good guys just didn't exist. When I came home, I saw my sisters waiting for me. Apparently, the concert was live on TV, and the entire fight between Alex and Sam was telecasted. They asked me how I felt, and I instantly broke down and told them everything. Maybe this is a sign that you need to realize your true value. Boys will come and go, but self-worth will take you places. And if you want a prince, I have a friend who works at Disneyland. I can hook you up. I think I'm done with guys for a while. Over the next few weeks, both Sam and Alex tried to get in touch with me, but I blocked both of them. I concentrated on studies and work and tried to move on, but sometimes I missed Alex a lot. One day, I was at the library when a colleague told me about this literature event in town. He had extra tickets, and since all my favorite authors were attending, I decided to go. But the moment I entered, I saw Sam in a corner. He immediately spotted me and walked over.
Ava, you're here. My heart can't take this much happiness.
What are you doing here?
My dad's the organizer. Ava, I only knew how much I loved you after I lost you. Please, come back to me. Not in a million years will I let you destroy Ava's life.
I turned around to see Alex staring furiously at Sam. What is happening?
I'm the one who gave those tickets to your colleague because I knew how much you'd like to be here. You know why? Because I know you. I respect you. And I know I messed up, but please, come back to me. No, come back to me. Will you marry me?
I was so overwhelmed with what was happening. I just couldn't think straight and started running away. Sam and Alex started chasing me, trying to get in each other's way.
Ava, please stop. You're too athletic for a librarian.
I may be a librarian, but I can still outrun a billionaire.
Wait up, guys. I want to be loved too. Okay, I can't do this. This is too much effort. I can get 1,000 girls like you. You hear that?
Not surprised.
But I love you. Not because of any plan, but because of who you are.
Prove it by catching me. And when Alex finally caught up to me, he pulled me in his arms and promised to never let go of me.
Hi everyone, I'm Rose. Have you ever been the bridge to a relationship? I used to, and it feels really awkward. I'll tell you. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Egan and I are close colleagues. Egan was the first person at the office to talk to me. I had many difficulties when I first started working at the company, and Egan helped me a lot.
Rose, you're doing it wrong. This is how it's supposed to work. Let me guide you, don't worry. You just got here and you did it great. Hang in there.
Egan's words give me positive energy, helping me to be more confident and work hard every day. When I was having difficulty with work, Egan appeared, gave me suggestions, and instructed me to handle it. Look, Egan was standing right behind me, leaning over me, talking and pointing at the screen. The distance between me and Egan is very close. How warm his voice was. I suddenly felt short of breath. My heart suddenly beat, and my cheeks were hot. What is this feeling? Right now, I couldn't look Egan in the eye even once. Gradually, the relationship between me and Egan became closer and closer. At the lunchtime, we often share prepared meals and talk about work and life. I can freely share the problems I'm having with Egan without doubting anything. Egan, try this fried chicken. Today, I cook according to the new recipe learned on the internet.
Did you cook by yourself? It looks really attractive in yellow. You're so crafty. How are you have no lover?
You're making fun of me again. I find myself and Egan get along really well in talking. I am an introvert person. When I'm with other people, I don't know what to say and I just keep quiet. So I have very few friends. Even though I'm 25 years old, without that love date set, now that I could talk freely, I found myself laughing more when I was with Egan. Don't forget to introduce to you. This is Lily, my roommate. Moreover, Lily and I are working in the same company but in different departments. I've always admired my friend because she's not only beautiful but has a hot body, but she is also very smart. Unlike me, Lily is an extrovert. She easily makes friends with other people, so she has a lot of friends. Lily and I went to the office together. The two of us were just talking about work. How's your job? Are you having a lot of trouble? All right. Everyone was very friendly and helped me a lot. That's good. I also have some friends who work in your department. They're all fun, so just relax. Suddenly, there was a voice from behind.
Hey, Lily, wait for me.
How familiar is this voice? I was just thinking. Lily and I turned around. It turned out to be Egan. Did Egan and Lily know each other? I look at Egan, then turn to Lily with eyes full of surprise.
Rose, why are you with Lily? Do you two know each other?
You and Lily are roommates. How do you know Lily? He and I met a few times at the company. I just told you that I have some friends in your department.
Well, unexpectedly, you're Lily's roommate. We're predestined.
Since then, when we have time, the three of us often meet up to eat, drink, and travel. Thanks to Lily, Egan and I became bonded and had more time together. Whenever I had a hard time or something happened, Egan would talk to me. I realized that I had developed feelings for Egan. Just thinking about meeting Egan at work, I forgot about the pressure of work and was eager to go to work. I look in the mirror more, work harder, and smile more. Egan took my hand and said,
Rose, come with me. I got a surprise for you.
But where do we go? Could you tell me?
Just follow me and you'll know.
Egan made me curious and nervous. I slowly followed Egan. He led me to a room, opened the door gently, and the room had no electricity but still emitted some glimmering light. I walked over to Egan's side and looked inside. Wow! I was surprised and amused when I saw in the middle of the floor a large heart formed from burning candles. I looked at Egan and walked slowly into the middle of the heart-shaped space. Before I knew it, Egan took out a large bouquet of roses, knelt down, and pointed them at me.
Rose, from the first time I met you, I knew you were the one I was looking for. I love you. Could you agree to be my lover?
It feels really good. I smiled contentedly. Lily came from nowhere, slapping my shoulder hard, startling me. Rose, what are you thinking about and laughing at yourself? Well, you're having an affair, aren't you? It won't pass my eyes. Who? Could you tell me? No, I didn't. Look at your face. It's flushed. I stood up shyly, going to the bathroom to avoid Lily's teasing eyes. I look at myself in the mirror, not forgetting to slap my face hard. Rose, you're crazy. Stop dreaming. Then, still continued to think about Egan and laugh. Egan, why do you look so tired today? Are you sick?
I'm just having a headache.
Oh, it's hot. You got a fever. It wasn't just a headache. I'll get you some medicine.
It's lunch break. You should take a break to get the energy to work. Don't worry about me.
Even though Egan stopped me, I rushed to buy medicine for him. Seeing that Egan was less feverish and more alert, I breathed a sigh of relief. I'm very concerned and worried about Egan. Every time Egan confided in me that he was struggling or upset about work and life, I would understand, share, and encourage him. If anything I can help with, I am happy.
Thank you for always listening, caring, and understanding me. I feel so relieved after talking to you.
Don't worry, Egan. You helped me a lot too. I'm glad you trust me and share everything with me.
I think we get along very well.
I am glad in my heart. I feel the same way. Not only that, I've been in love with Egan. I always hoped that one day we would officially become a couple. Look, aren't we a beautiful couple? However, more than 5 months have passed, and although very close and intimate, Egan has never mentioned about confessing to me. Several times, I asked Egan if he was in love, and he said he wasn't ready to officially date anyone. I just kept waiting, and one day, I decided to make myself clear to Egan. I can't wait another day. As in my self-portraits of Egan's confession, I chose a beautiful restaurant, booked a room, and decorated the table with sparkling, floral, heart-shaped candles and cakes. Tonight, I'm officially confessing to Egan. I was nervous and expected a lot. I asked Egan to meet at 8 p.m. and he agreed. I arrived at the restaurant early to arrange things. I feel the sweet taste of love. It was the first time to meet, but Egan had not arrived yet. I kept looking at my watch and my phone. It was as hot inside as a fire. 30 minutes passed. Egan hasn't arrived yet. I didn't get any calls from Egan. I tried to stay